actually sitting there and painting it. This is the color I'm going to use. This is what I want. And to get it, finalized, then, I do a little sketch. And it doesn't take so much time, like in your head, like it's instant. Like you think of something, oh, I can change it. It's like a computer. You can just click on it and change the color in the background. That's what I do in my head. I visualize everything. By the time I actually get to sit down and put it on the canvas, it's basically already done in my head. I know exactly where I want to go, what I want to do with it. And I know when we go to traditional gatherings, I take my kids. Whenever we're available, we go and we always go to this reenactment of the Battle of Longwoods, which is, it's only a half hour from here. And I remember this one fellow walking in front of me, and so calmly, and all the battle's going on in the background behind him, but he walked really close to the barrier right in front of me, and I'm picturing in my head, this is what I want. He's walking in on the long grass. The storm is over. He's walking into the, open area with, the souls of his ancestors following him as peacekeepers. Everything is an inspiration. My daughter, I remember a few years ago, she'd be in the pool. She sees this dragonfly float in the pool there, and she goes, "Oh, Dad, look, this dragonfly. Bet maybe we should save him." And I'm thinking in my head, he's probably been laying there quite a while. He may be far from saving. And she says, "Well, I'm going to save him anyways." So she scoops him up. She's got water and the dragonfly, and he's all limp in her hands. And she gets out and goes and puts it in the sun on a rock. And she sat there for 20 minutes in the sun, just watching. And she says, "Hey, his wing just moved." Yep, sure enough, one wing kind of flickers, and the other one starts to flicker, and then the wings are dry, and then just up it goes, takes off. I have ideas of how I want to paint that, but it's something so beautiful and special. Like, how can I get that across in a painting? It's hard to do, and but I'm gonna try. And after he flew away, I didn't even say bye, and she said, "Is he gonna tell all his friends?" So every time we go out there, if she sees a dragonfly, he's coming to say hi to me. And yeah, that's how I feel, and I'm so happy that that's the way she feels about it too. Something so special and almost fantasy-like, that she can connect with, and she'll do that for the rest of her life. Another artist that I really enjoy his work is Sorayama. His illustrations and how he can make the human form or an animal form and make it look robotic. I look at Robert Bateman and Carl Brender's, Drew Struzan. He does a lot of posters, and just looking at their techniques and wanting to know how they did them, and how could I do that. I get inspired. Sometimes it'll just be listening to music, even a lyric in a song, watching a movie, even a legend. Someone's talking about how they grew up, but I'm already thinking of how would that look as a painting or a piece of art? What medium would I use? Would do pencil, pen and ink, sketch, wood burning, acrylic, oil, and you run through all those things through your head. And I know when I do think of something, you sketch it out, and then that sketch will actually trigger something else. And you say, no, that doesn't look right. And then it pops in your head, this is what it should look like. Or change that or flip that around, and no, that won't look good as an oil painting, or that'd be better as a wood burning. First one I did, I was just fooling around because I had just bought the iron. It's like a soldering iron. When I first started doing the wood burning, it's like I would sit there and the wood would start to smolder in my face, and geez, that smells great. I love that. And, you know, it's just like being at a campfire, and, you know, the wood stove going, and yeah, this is good. And then after the first hour, your eyes are starting to water, and oh, yeah, it smells good, but, you know, it's hard to see what I'm doing here. And so open up the window, and boy, this is taking too long. You can get a couple fans blowing by me and get the smoke out of my face, but sometimes you do a little bit and then put it aside just to, you know, go and get your head cleared. But and then you decide, well, what if you do a face? You know, like, growing up, I hated doing faces, you know, like you go in school. Okay, today's portrait day, you know, and then sit across from your friend there, and you'd be sketching your buddy, and you know, unless you get the proportions right, it could look like anybody else in the classroom, like not who you're drawing. Yeah, I really like working on just tonal drawings, black and whites. That's what I've always loved, like pencil. I always go back, and all of my paintings, they all start out as pencil sketches. When you're working on pieces that come from inside you and how you visualize, it's almost like they're finished. There's no more I can add to them, and you want somebody else to appreciate them. So you feel a little uneasy because it is a piece of you going out there, and what are people going to think about you? If they don't like it, does that mean they don't like you? Or do they love it? Does that mean they love you? And you just send it out there, and then the next piece you're working on, that's a new piece of you that you're working on. I think I'm constantly daydreaming, and that's where my images come from, because I could be, you know, doing anything, and it's just constantly flowing through my head. Like, there's so many things that you think about throughout the day. They could almost be called visions, I guess, because I see everything in color, and I see everything as an art form of art in my head. There's a backlog in my head. I got all these images just floating around, and, you know, sometimes I sketch them, and sometimes I lose them, and every once in a while, you know, it'll come back, and I'll see it again, and, you know, it may be the next piece of art that I do. And I don't think I'll ever stop imagining. And my art, I think I've just started skimming the top of what I feel that I can do and what I want to do with my art. I feel that this is just the beginning, and yeah, there's so much inspiration out there every day that you can't help but see it. I've never talked about myself so much in my life.